Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about something that lies at the heart of every officer-like quality. Something without which all other qualities they lose their strength, and that is the reasoning ability, the king of all OLQs. Now when we talk about reasoning, most people confuse it with mathematics or logical puzzles. But in SSB, reasoning ability is much bigger than that. It is about the way you think, the way you analyze, and the way you take decisions. Okay? It is how you act when time is limited and pressure is high. Think about it. As an officer in armed forces, you constantly face situations when you cannot afford to depend on emotions alone. You cannot afford to wait endlessly for instructions. You need to look at the problem, understand the facts, and weigh your options, and then arrive at a decision that is very practical, effective, and yet timely. That, my friend, is reasoning, ability in action. Let's break it down. First, reasoning gives direction to your intelligence. We all have knowledge, but we have education also. But knowledge without reasoning is like a sword without a handle. You can hurt yourself with it. Reasoning allows you to channelize your knowledge into solutions. Second, reasoning is the backbone of decision making. At the SSB, whether it is the group task or personal interview or psychological tests, what the assessors are really watching is, do you think before you act? Do you consider multiple angles? And do you take decisions that are logical and not impulsive? If your reasoning is sound, your decisions will be sound. Third, reasoning balances emotions and actions. In the defense forces, you need both a heart of a warrior and a brain of a leader. If you only act emotionally, you may make mistakes. If you only act mechanically, on the other hand, you may lose the human touch. Reasoning helps you strike a perfect balance between both logic and empathy. Fourth, reasoning is visible in small things. When you narrate a story in PPDT, do you explain why your main character acted in a certain way, certain manner? Right? That shows reasoning. When you are in a group discussion, do you bring in facts instead of shouting? That sounds and that shows reasoning. When you face a tricky interview question, do you pause, think, and reply with clarity? That again shows reasoning. And finally, the fifth point, reasoning is leadership in disguise. Because what is leadership? It is the ability to guide people in the right direction. A leader with weak reasoning will lead his team into chaos. But a leader with a strong reasoning will always earn respect because people trust decisions that are logical and fair. So remember this, you can be fit, you can be confident, you can be knowledgeable also. But if you lack reasoning, all these qualities will look incomplete. That is why reasoning ability is called the king of OLQs. Before I close this, let me give you one tip. Start practicing reasoning in your daily life. When you read news, ask yourself, why did it happen? What could have been done differently? When you solve SRTs, don't just write an action. Write a logical action. When you face a problem, don't react instantly. Take a breath, think for 10 seconds and then act. This is how you build reasoning. So to all my aspirants, never underestimate this quality. Train your mind to think clearly, logically and practically. Because the day you master reasoning, you master leadership itself. Jai Hind.